The wanderer, before dying, set the dog free. The dog reluctantly thought that its owner had released it, but unexpectedly, he replaced it with a sturdier chain around the dog's neck, tying one end to himself. 2 days later, the dog became homeless. It lay in the same spot at the landfill. It couldn't just sit there and wait to die. It saw a clear river right in front of it. It tried, but couldn't reach it. The dog didn't want to be bound by the chains on its neck. It still had an unfinished promise to its first owner. The dog tried many times but in vain. Finally, it could only lay down on the ground, resigned to its fate. But fate showed no mercy to this poor dog. After days without food or water, it lay weakly on the ground. In its final moments, it recalled its childhood. Since then, it hadn't seen its mother again. When it was young, it was raised by a female cat. Each day passed, and its body grew bigger. As it grew larger, the current shelter couldn't hold it anymore. The cat's milk was no longer enough to sustain its growth. One day, Lucas and his wife visited, and as they were leaving, the dog hesitated briefly and then decided to follow them. It was hesitant at first but quickly followed them. The dog's enthusiasm quickly won over Lucas. Lucas, an ambitious medical student with a love for small animals, decided to take the dog home. And he named it Bella. Bella loved climbing into her owner's arms and following Lucas around. But because of his busy schedule, he would often set her aside. Watching Bella tug at her blanket, Lucas could only smile helplessly. Bella was playful and liked to chew on anything in the house. Lucas would helplessly smile at Bella's peculiar habits. Bella was truly lucky to have such a loving owner. The dog Bella gradually grew up under her owner's care. Lucas's mother often took Bella to her work at the veterans' nursing home. Bella listened to the veterans recount their time on the battlefield and their emotional scars. She seemed to sense their sorrow every time this happened. Bella would leave the veterans' arms to comfort them, quietly listening to their stories. The people at the nursing home became Bella's biggest supporters. One evening, someone from animal control knocked on the door. He cited the city's dog ban and fined Lucas's household. He also warned that if Bella was seen on the street, she would be detained by law. They had no other choice. Lucas trained Bella to play a game called Go Home. Whenever he shouted it, Bella would rush home. No matter where she was, Bella had to hurry home. At first, everything went smoothly. Bella always found her way back thanks to her keen sense of smell. Until one day, Bella spotted a mischievous squirrel outside the window. Unable to resist, she dashed out and immediately chased the squirrel. Bella chased the squirrel right away. When Lucas found Bella, he didn't expect to be noticed by animal control. Lucas quickly untied the leash and guided Bella back home. However, this time, the dog stood motionless in front of its owner. It thought that the man in front of him was bullying Lucas. So no matter what, it refused to leave. The officer tightly tied a rope around Bella's neck and took her to the station. Bella watched her owner's figure fade away. Bella felt very discouraged after being locked in a cage for the first time. Luckily, Bella had committed her first offense. The next day, Lucas paid the bail and Bella was released before leaving. A female officer warned Lucas that if Bella was caught again, she would be sentenced to death by law. Lucas and his wife felt helpless, with no other choice. They decided to send Bella away that night. Bella was taken to a house 300 miles away. They would wait for things to settle before bringing her back. Watching their owner's figure get further away. At that moment, Bella seemed to feel something, groaning in pain. Everything was peaceful in the countryside. Bella was also loved by Lucas. But Bella became discouraged, lying in one place all day. One day, Bella decided to find Lucas on her own. Bella crossed the town in endless fields. The 300-mile journey home officially began for Bella. But unexpectedly, Lucas had already taken care of everything. On the way home, Lucas was going to pick Bella up. So Lucas and Bella passed each other on a road. Bella's 2-year-long journey to return home. Bella suddenly heard gunshots on the road. Unexpectedly, the young lion followed Bella closely. At this point, 2 hunters appeared. Bella saw their malicious intent and quickly ran away. It turned out that the large lion was the hunter's trophy. Suddenly, Bella heard the mournful cry of the young lion nearby. Although Bella wanted to help, the dog had more important things to do. The dog turned and walked away. Unexpectedly, the young lion continued to follow Bella. It looked at the young lion's sorrowful eyes. Bella recalled the moment when its mother was taken, and it hid helplessly in a cave. Finally, Bella decided to take the young lion home. Raising a growing lion cub was not easy for Bella. Because she was not good at hunting in the forest, Bella thought of humans, always receiving food from stealing other people's food. In this way, Bella treated the young lion as her own. Through the efforts to raise the lion cub, gradually, the lion cub learned how to survive. The lion cub survived even while sleeping, day by day. Thus, they became a family. But there were dangers in the forest. That both could not face. While hunting, they suddenly discovered a few wolves lurking in the forest. Staring at them, both knew they weren't strong enough to fight back. So they quickly ran away. The lion cub quickly climbed up a tree, while Bella, determined to protect the cub, bravely stood under the tree facing the wolves. Seeing the wolves approaching closer, Bella tried to bark loudly. At a crucial moment, a group of tourists walked by, scaring the wolves away. The lion cub, having never interacted with humans, also hurried away in fear. Bella, however, didn't leave because she wanted to stay, and begged for food from the group to bring back to the lion cub. Just like that, Bella successfully begged for food. That night, both had a good meal. The next morning, snowflakes fell from the sky. Both huddled together for warmth. The bond between them grew closer. One day, Bella heard barking. It had been a long time since she had seen another dog, so she eagerly ran towards it. The two dogs looked at each other like old friends. Long-lost friends finally reunited. Both dogs ran toward each other. But then unexpectedly, an avalanche occurred. In the end, the owner of the dog, the little black dog, was buried under the snow. After realizing the situation, Bella and the little black dog dug through the snow on the ground. Luckily, this scene was seen by a skier, who successfully rescued them and called for a rescue team. But the rescue team's duty was to save people, not to care for the dog. So, the skier and his friend took both dogs home. Before Bella was ready to leave, she looked back at the lion cub. She wanted to stay and take care of the lion cub, but the humans didn't understand what the dog meant. Luckily, both men were very kind-hearted. Bella no longer had to worry about lacking food. Not only that, but there was also a bed for the dog to sleep in. This rare comfort made Bella remember it forever, just as she seemed to have adapted to the new life. The young athlete received a call from the dog's owner. The little black dog had been attacked by snow and had been discharged from the hospital. Although the athlete had developed feelings for the dog, he still had to return it to its true owner. When he brought the two dogs to their owner's house, then, the little black dog excitedly ran to the man, but the owner pushed it away cruelly, feeling that his leg was caused by the little black dog. Therefore, he no longer wanted to keep it. The athlete advised, "They are his dogs." But the owner of the little black dog bluntly said, he had never seen Bella before. It was at this moment they realized, Bella was not the dog that lived with the little black dog. Even though Bella tried her best to save the little black dog's owner, he was still determined not to take any dog back. The athlete said, "At least, the little black dog should go with its real owner." The man replied, no matter how the athlete treated Bella, he should do the same for the little black dog. The little black dog sat looking at its owner with a worried expression. When the two athletes took the little black dog away, it suddenly realized that it had been abandoned by its owner. But it was this very thing that made both athletes rightfully adopt the two dogs, Bella and the little black dog. They removed the leash and gave the dog a choice: stay or leave. Bella knew the little black dog had found a new owner, but it still had not been allowed. So even though both athletes reluctantly tried to save it, Bella still cruelly chose to leave. Winter passed and spring arrived, bringing the forest back to life. But Bella still couldn't find enough food to satisfy her hunger. To fill her stomach, she went into town. Soon, the smell of roasted chicken caught Bella's attention, making her stop. It quickly rushed inside, picked up the bag of roasted chicken that fell on the ground. Then, Bella strided out of the supermarket through the front door. After receiving the food, Bella devoured it by the roadside. A homeless man gave Bella 8 bags. Bella didn't know what was in the 8 bags, but after licking them, she couldn't walk. Instead, the homeless man dragged her away, and she became a tool for the man's livelihood. Bella was tied in one spot all day. Her pitiful face was seen by many passers-by, who felt sorry and gave money. The homeless man also received a lot of money that day, so he didn't treat Bella poorly. But that wasn't what Bella wanted. What she wanted most at this moment was freedom. So, she tried to cut the leash to escape. Unexpectedly, Bella's actions were noticed by the homeless man, and he realized Bella wanted to run. So, the homeless man took out a stronger chain to tie Bella, and the man knew he didn't have much time left. He just wanted Bella to stay with him forever, until his last breath. The homeless man even said, "I love Bella." Bella also felt the loneliness from the homeless man. She decided to accompany him on his final journey. In the end, in the man's days of poverty, he never let Bella starve. But the love he had for Bella was mixed with selfishness. A few days later, Bella felt extremely hungry. She wanted to run to the lake ahead to drink, but the chain had tied Bella to the homeless man. She saw a large fish getting closer within reach, but Bella couldn't do anything. She worried that there would be few people passing by the wilderness, and thus, days passed without any help. Bella, weak, lay by the lake, close to death. She remembered her owner, Lucas, and the promise left unfulfilled. The words, "come home," made Bella desperate. Seeing 2 kind boys passing by, they ran up to untie Bella's leash. The 2 boys untied the leash. When the leash was removed, she quickly ran to the lake to drink water, never feeling as refreshed as this. After that, Bella continued her journey home. But the forest at night was unsafe, and she accidentally entered the territory of a wolf pack. Bella recognized the danger and quickly left. However, by dawn, the wolves were still relentlessly chasing Bella. Finally, Bella was surrounded. The wolves pounced on Bella and struggled with her. Because she hadn't eaten for many days, she quickly suffered serious injuries. Just as the evil wolf was about to kill Bella, a sound startled the wolves, causing them to retreat. It turned out to be the lion cub Bella growling. It angrily jumped down and stood in front of Bella, then fiercely bit at the wolves. The wolves were defeated by Bella and ran away. The lion cub, in pain, licked Bella's wounds and revealed his grievances during his upbringing. In the end, Bella, accompanied by the lion cub she raised, reached the edge of the city safely. Now was the time for them to say goodbye. Both reluctantly said goodbye, looking at each other, unwilling to part, knowing that this might be the last time they would meet. Although Bella truly wanted to stay in the forest with the lion cub Bella, there was someone ahead that she couldn't forget. Letting go confused Bella greatly. When she looked back, she saw that the lion cub was no longer there. After feeling sorrowful, Bella continued her final journey. Quickly, she returned to the city she had been apart from for so long, facing the passing cars. Bella hesitated for a moment, but because she wanted to go home, she was ready to risk crossing the road. Unexpectedly, she was hit by a car. When she woke up, Bella discovered one of her legs was broken. Even though she was injured, she courageously stood up and limped her way home. When the familiar cityscape and buildings surrounded her, Bella suddenly stopped. After 700 days and nights, finally, Bella had returned to her owner Lucas's house, the home she had always longed for. When Bella excitedly rang the doorbell, an unfamiliar face opened the door. It turned out that Lucas had moved away. Bella didn't want to believe it. She rushed into the house, continuously searching for her owner. Then she tried to smell her owner's scent in the air. But after searching several times, she couldn't find anything. After traveling over 400 kilometers, Bella never felt tired. But at that moment, she collapsed weakly. The collapse of her faith defeated Bella. She closed her eyes in despair, when suddenly a cat meowed. It was the mother cat that had raised Bella since she was little. The mother cat approached and comforted Bella, constantly hoping that Bella could stand firm again and find her owner. The animal control officer also arrived. The man quickly recognized Bella and saw that the situation was not good. Bella immediately ran out the window and escaped. She held on to the glimmer of hope, finally reaching the veterans' nursing home. Finally, she arrived at the veterans' nursing home, where Lucas's wife worked. When Bella appeared at the door, the veterans immediately recognized her. They all looked at Bella with suspicion. The dog excitedly ran toward them. Seeing Bella's body covered in wounds, they couldn't possibly know the difficult journey she had been through. At this moment, Bella suddenly realized something. She turned around, and at the moment she saw her owner Lucas, she felt that all her efforts were worth it. Bella limped toward Lucas, who was calling her. Both Lucas and Bella cried as they looked at each other. Nothing could separate their bond. Everyone escorted Bella to the hospital for treatment. However, a group of animal control officers arrived. They came to take Bella by force and carry out the death sentence. The officer challenged, asking who dared to object. Everyone at the nursing home raised their hands in protest. The veterans spoke up, saying that anyone who wanted to take Bella would have to go through them. At that moment, the veterans stood up to protect Bella. Bella had healed their souls, so they couldn't let her be harmed. The director of the animal control was also moved by the feelings of the people and decided to let Bella live. So, Bella was taken home by her owner Lucas. Even though everything in the new home was unfamiliar to Bella, as long as her owner was there, that was her home. A dog's love is pure. They only choose one owner in their life and see that person as everything to them. This recap ends here. Thank you all for listening. See you in the next video. That's the end of today's episode. If you liked it, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell notification button to wait for upcoming videos. See you in the next movies. Mao Mao Movie Recap. Goodbye everyone. See you soon.